problem 4, all of the 4b is being raised to the 0 power. Since the 0 is on the parentheses, that means that everything inside the parentheses is being raised to the 0 power. So the answer is just 1. Anything raised to the 0 power equals 1. Hope that makes sense. Now on 5, you've got parentheses, but you've also got exponents, and some of them are negative. And remember, there's no rule about which rule in the exponents to do first. So there's multiple ways you can do this. If I were to start with the rule that says x to the a raised to the b equals x to the a times b, I'd have to do it twice. First, I have x to the negative third, and that is raised to the negative fourth. So if you take negative 3 times negative 4, you'll get an exponent of positive 12. So that's for that. But then I've got, try another color here, but bright green. I've got y to the 6th, and that's also raised to the negative 4th. So y to the 6 times negative 4 is negative 24. But the directions say make sure you leave all answers with positive exponents only. So now I'm going to have to use the rule that says x to the negative a equals 1 over x to the positive a. And so you still have this x to the 12th. And when it's next to the y, there's, it's like there's multiplication right here. So I'm still multiplying it. And then this guy, y to the negative 21st, or 24th, would become 1 over y to the positive 24th. And then that's like x over 1. So when I multiply numerator times numerator, x to the 12th times 1 is x to the 12th over 1 times y to the 24th is y to the 24th. And that's your answer. Now the shortcut is just take the stuff I put in the cloud over here in blue and just drop it down into a denominator here and put it underneath. And then you have x to the 12th over y to the 21st. Or why do I keep saying 21st? 24th. Ah, I don't feel like doing this video again, so sorry. Y to the 24th. Okay, which brings me to this one down here. And, okay, you've got all this in parentheses, and it's raised to the negative 2nd power. So I am going to use that rule that says if you flip the stuff in the parentheses over, if you take what was on top, which is this guy, and put him on the bottom, and take what was on the bottom and put him on the top, then it will change your exponent outside from a negative 2 to a positive 2. Okay, so I just flipped it over. All right, now I'm going to rewrite this without all the color so I can do the next part with other colors. Okay, now I'm going to use the exponent rule that says, pick another color, how about green, that says if you have x to the a and you divide it by x to the b, that's going to be x to the a minus b. And I have x to the 3rd over an x to the 1st. So that's going to be x to the 3 minus 1 is 2. But then I also have, I'll use a darker green for this one, these two. And that's y to the first divided by y to the fourth. So y to the 1 minus 4 is a negative 3 raised to the second. And then I think, remember there's no rule on which rule to use first, so I think I'm going to come up and use this rule again and take my powers and raise them to this power. So this is going to equal x to the, when you take 2 times this 2, you get a 4. And then y to the, when you take this negative 3 times this 2, you get a negative 6. And then I'm going to do the same thing with this one that I did right here. I'm going to leave the x to the fourth alone and drop the y to the denominator to make it a positive 6th. And keep in mind, this is just one way to work this problem. There's multiple ways you could simplify it. And that's 4, 5, and 6.